TinkerCAD tips. Welcome back, everyone. This is going to be part 2 of the tutorial that I was doing on these glitter pokers. And if you haven't seen part 1, you can always go to my profile. It'll be the video just before this one. And I showed you some of the examples I had made previously. And we were working on a spaceship on over here. So let's go ahead and clean up our workspace a little bit here. Let's go ahead and hide this portion of it. Let's move these up and out of the way, and let's bring back the elements that we were working on in part 1. Now in part 1, we had made this portion of it, the rocket ship and the base for it, and that was done with an image we found on Google and an SVG that we put through convertio.co, and we were working on the poker part of it. And in part 1 I showed you how I took this cone shape, nipped off a little bit of the tip of this so that it would be flattened, and then I joined together or did a bundle group of these two whole squares here, because we're going to split this in half. So let's go ahead and move this up out of the way just a little bit for a moment here. All right, I'm going to go back to my bundle group now. I'm going to unbundle that, and I'm going to delete just one side of this. Now essentially what we're going to be doing is splitting this cone right down the middle. I'm going to lasso select the both of those. Control G to union group them together. Zoom in here. Let's go ahead and rotate this over so it's on its flat side. D to drop it to the work plane, and let's rotate this around this direction. All right, now we get to do some stretching on this. First, let's decide how wide we want this to be. And again, this is all just personal preference. I can shrink it up this way a little bit, like that. Now remember, the height of this base portion back here was 8 millimeters. You can see that here. So we need to make sure this is a little bit less than 8 millimeters. So let's make this 7.6 in height. All right, and we can come to this part of it and stretch this out however long you want that. Again, that's all just personal preference. And we can move this into place. We're going to want to push this back until it's tucked in there where we want it to be. There's no gap there. All right. Let's make that just a little bit longer. And there you have it. Now we can go ahead and select all of this, and I'm going to union group this together and then make it multicolor so we can still see the rocket ship, the red part of it here. Now the way I'm designing this is meant to be done on a single color printer, where you would then print these last 5 layers, this 1 millimeter, by using a filament change it layer. But in just a moment here, I'm going to show you how we can do this on a multicolor printer where that image is flush or embedded with the base. So I'm going to go ahead and select all of this, and while I have it, I'm going to hit Control D to duplicate. I'm going to move that duplicate over here. We'll come back to that in a moment. Come back to this one. I'm going to select all of that. Control G to union group. Now by default this will all turn one color, and just for the sake of being able to see the various colors here in TinkerCAD, I'm going to go ahead and click on the color in the dialog and turn multicolor on. Now bear in mind, in TinkerCAD the colors that you see here are meaningless as far as when you export these to an STL. The colors that you see here are just in TinkerCAD. When you export something like this to an STL, no color information will be in that STL. That will be determined by what filament you use when you go to print it. So this one we have now, this one's ready to go. Now let's come back to this one over here, and let's do this one in a little bit different way. We're going to basically embed this red part of it and make it flush with the surface of the yellow part of it here. Now again, right now this is 3 separate parts. We have the rocket ship, the red part. we have the outline or the base, and then we have this poker part. So let's start with this red part here. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to lift it up. While I have that suspended, I'm going to hit Control D to duplicate that. I'm going to make that into a hole. I can lower it down. You can see that hole shape there. Now we're going to make that hole shape flush with the surface of this base part of it here. So while the hole is selected, I'm going to hold down Shift and click on the base part. L for align. I'm going to click on the base part so that it doesn't move. It'll be the master. And then I'm going to click on this top button right here. Now, it should be noted that sometimes when you go to group these together, the hole may not be cut completely right. So what I always like to do is to select both of them, Shift deselect the solid part, and then I go down to my snap grid settings and I'll put it on 0.1. And I'm going to hold down the Control key and I'm going to cursor up once. That'll lift that hole shape up by 0.1 millimeters. Right, now I'm going to grab the two of those. Control G. Actually, what we can do is let's select all of this. The hole shape, the base, and the poker. That'll all be one color. It can be a single object. I have all three parts. Control G to union group. And once it's resolved, it'll look like that. You can see where that hole shape's been cut out into that. Now we need to drop down this part of it into that. Simple way of doing that is using our work plane tool again. We'll zoom in here. W on the keyboard. We'll put the work plane down at the bottom there. I'm going to click on this red part. D to drop it. Now remember, we lifted that hole up 0.1 millimeters, and if we zoom in here, you can see the red part is just a little bit proud of the surface. So we're going to decrease the height of that. Before I do that, let's put the work plane back on the default. All right, I'm going to click on that red part. Here's our height here. And I'm going to decrease this by 0.1 millimeters. So I'm going to click on this. And I'm going to make this 0.9. There we go. Now it's completely flush. Now, in order to print something like this on a multicolor printer, you do not want to select all this and export as an STL. That'll join it all together. It won't be separate objects. Instead, you want to select all those parts, click on Export, and export them as an OBJ file. That's real important that you do this as an OBJ. You'll get a dialog here, and notice that this is going to be a zip file. We're going to save that. We're going to go to our folders where that was at. And right here is the zip file that we created. I'm going to unzip this. I'm going to right-click on it. And in my case, I'm going to use 7-zip to extract this. And I'm going to extract it to a folder called Glitter Pokers. And if we go in there, we have our files. And this here is the file that you want to send into your slicer, the tinker.obj. Within that obj will be two objects. One is the yellow part, which is the base and the poker part. The other part is, in this case, the rocket ship, the red part. And then in your dialog, when you import this into, say, Bambu Slicer or Bambu Studio, you can assign each of the objects to a spool in your AMS. So, there you have it. Glitter Pokers. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Like, follow, and repost, and I hope you join me on the next one. Until then, happy tinkering.